Yo, welcome back. I'm gonna try to keep this video short, but a lot of times, well, not even a lot of times, men and most men, you will not be able to be a provider in this day and age, especially in this era, 2024. And it's really sad because, a lot of men's dreams are to be able to like settle down with this one woman and show her the world and let her know that we really value and treasure them and want to take care of them for the rest of our lives. But the pivoting point that's really sad is a lot of times men, we can't do that. It is not really because most time it's not really because of the woman, it's because of us. We are our own biggest op when it comes to trying to pursue a woman in the terms of longevity. Because if it's not for lust or trying to gratify yourself or going through that villain arc, a lot of times there's a plethitude of men who a plethitude. What the freak am I talking about? I think it's I'm not even going to try to attempt to say the word, but forgo that I said that. But it's men who really want to try to aspire to achieve that. But the thing that's going to be your downfall with those trivial, or not even trivial, trialing endeavors is that you don't have your, in short, excuse my language, you don't have your shit together. You feel me? You can't be really, and what I really learned, you can't really try to make your main focus chasing women and chasing your goals because those two conflicting ideals, they don't coexist. I can't talk. They don't coexist with each other. You can't do both at the same time. It's either you're all about business, all about chasing your goals, all about finding who you are, the best version of yourself, and achieving those desires of your hearts, or you're just chasing women. Keep in mind, both sides have pros and cons. You can chase a woman and eventually find, your wife or a girl you really want to settle down with. But at the same time, while you're doing those endeavors, you're losing time, valuable time, precious time on chasing your goals, doing like putting in extra reps in training or whatever you're trying to pursue. So you must keep that in mind. You can't really do both at the same time. But not even that. You must understand that you can't really provide for a woman if you're barely even providing for yourself. Like, how can you really expect to take care of a whole human being with faults of their own and flaws of their own and trauma and bad days and good days? You feel me? Emotions and their own mindset and intelligence. How do you expect to take care of a whole living human being if you're barely managing taking care of yourself? You're barely eating 3 meals a day. You're barely doing this. You're barely doing that. You feel me? And this isn't just a bash or talk down to men. It's just to serve as a reality check and a reminder, not even to y'all, to myself as well. Like, a lot of times, we can so desperately want those things or want somebody to pursue or want somebody to spend quality time with, but yet never spend quality time with ourselves. Never take that extra time and mileage to, help yourself or just show love to yourself. But then you're so willing to just give that to somebody else. Why? A complete stranger at that. Why? You gotta understand, like, you can't attract what you aren't even deep down inside. So you gotta lock in with yourself, twin. Like that isolation period is not really there to hurt you, it's there to build you. God's really trying to show you like who he needs you to become. But you're so focused on, oh man, I'm just by myself. Yes, you are by yourself. You're not even by yourself. You're in a period of your life where you get to reflect on what needs to become better and what you need to do better. If it helps you cope, just say you're in a reflecting period of your life. You feel me? So you don't keep saying, "Oh, I'm by myself. I'm by myself. I'm by yourself," because deep down you're not. Because God's with you through this tough endeavor. God's with you. You feel me? But again, What farmer goes into a field to prepare a harvest with no tool, no preparation, no seed, no equipment? It's pretty much non-existent, correct? Because they go prepared to make the seed to they go prepared to get the soil right, to get the seeds for the soil, the right equipment, the right measurements, or whatever they need to do to farm and get it right. You feel me? They go in there knowing what they need with a purpose, with a plan, with a strategy. And a lot of times we don't really have strategies. Some men don't have strategies. All they know is they're at A by themselves, and at B they want to be with somebody, but they don't know the right measurements and steps to take to get towards that goal. And the first step that's going to be really hard for a lot of people is getting to know yourself. If you don't know who you are personally on an intimate level, how do you really expect to learn somebody else on that type of level? You can't give somebody else what you don't give yourself. I need y'all to understand that. You will never give somebody else something that you don't even give yourself. You feel me? Because this is your body. You're living in this vessel. Nobody else is. It's just you. And if you can't give yourself that, sorry to tell you this, pal, but don't really expect her to give that to you either. Because it's not like they can tell, but some people they can tell if you really just don't treasure or love yourself, because it's gonna be evident in like your lack of confidence, your anxiety, your insecurities, or some insecurities that you might have. Not all, but like some pertaining to yourself. It's gonna show because you love yourself. If you love yourself, I'm not saying be arrogant, be cocky, saying you're the best, you're the best. Let me slow down. Saying you're the best, you're like, I'm not saying be cocky in a sense where, oh yeah, I'm the best you ever had. I'm saying be confident in who you are, knowing that okay, I might not be the best that she ever had, experiencing wise, like as an experience. You feel me? Know that you still bring a lot to the table, and you still have a worth that's worth pursuing. Knowing that you might not have that car, you might not have that bank, you might not have that house, but you have something deeper. You have something that produces longevity, that lets them know that, I'm not really here for your looks or for what you can offer me. I'm here to really just get to know you. Know that beautiful soul that they have. You feel me? Because their love and your love is one of a kind. Nobody will ever be able to reproduce that type of love that you produce to others. That's something unique. That's something genuine. That's something that deserves to be cultivated. But if you don't have that time and patience to cultivate it, who will? So lock in with yourself, gang. Like know that you deserve more, but too much that is given, too much is required. And you also gotta understand that you gotta build that. You gotta build your value, gang. It's not gonna be handed out to you on a silver platter. Women are born with value. Men have to create it. And you damn sure have to create it in this type of generation that we're living in. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying do all of this and go for a 10 out of 10 who looks good on the outside but on the inside is not something that's worth pursuing, not something that's worth pursuing. So realize, you got to be prepared for what you're really and truly aspiring to chase after or pursue. But again, it makes no sense to pursue any of that if you don't have order in your own life. You need structure. You need to build that credit. You need to get that first car. You need to get your own spot. You feel me? You need to just venture out in due time. But I'm not saying do all that as soon as possible. I'm saying build towards that. Make certain contingencies, measurements, plans, steps, goals, short-term goals, long-term goals, the whole shebang, the whole 9 yards. Make and implement your plans towards that. But don't just be saying, don't be overly ambiguous and say, I'm gonna do this, that, and the third, and have no plan, no goals, no method, no strategy on how to achieve it because you're just all talk. And as a man, your word is absolute. Your word is absolute. What you tell people is what people perceive you as. They go based off your word. And if you can't measure up to the words that you say or follow through with them, then your word is worthless. And And in turn, if people assume that your word is worthless, they also assume you're worthless because as a man, if you don't stick to your word, what does that say about you? That says a lot. If you believe it or not, that says a lot. It speaks volumes. So realize, you got to get your priorities straight. The hussies, they gonna be there. They gonna be there. The females, they gonna be there. Now the women, like the real women, they're gonna be there, but they ain't gonna be there for long because genuine men are going to try to find them. You feel me? And pursue them and try to get longevity with them. So spend this time preparing yourself. So when you get to a point in your life when you're able to find a genuine woman, she would want to be with you too. Because it makes no sense to pray and ask God, oh, I want somebody genuine. I want this, I want that. And God gives you that, and you're not ready. And you're not ready for it. Or if he doesn't give it to you, it's to let you know you're not ready for it. Because what happens if you get a genuine woman? Like everybody had to fumble like at least one genuine woman who really wanted the best for you. And you're like, why did I fumble her? Why did I do this and that? It's because in truth, you wasn't ready for her. You honestly wasn't ready for her. You feel me? And with that, there's lessons to be learned in it. You feel me? You know what not to do next time. You're a better man because of it. But you have to realize some things you need to build yourself up for. And you can't just keep waiting for it to happen. It's not going to happen if you just keep waiting. You have to make it happen. You have to implement your plans so it can happen. But that all starts with changing your mindset. You feel me? Get your priorities in straight. The women, they're going to always be here. Your goals won't. You have a limited amount of time on this earth. Use it to your full capacity. Use it in the right way. We're not doing that YOLO nonsense. No, you only live once. No, sir. You only live once for sure, but live it with purpose. Live it in a stature that will give your father and mother honor. You feel me? Or in short, live a life that will glorify your father which is in heaven. You feel me? Like enough with all that garbage. You feel me? Like lock in, bruh. But for sure, that's all your boy wanted to say. I hope you have a chill day. Leave a like, comment. I'd love to hear your perspective on this topic at hand. But other than that, peace. Take it easy.